Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Abigail, or Abby, Abigail Dishnikashun. I am Métis and autistic and love talking about autism stuff. So this is where I do that, and as it is April, I am once again doing the 30 Days of Autism Acceptance prompts made by my friend Audie Jake on Tumblr. And today is April 3rd. So today's prompt is, do you feel like being autistic makes you easier to take advantage of, more gullible perhaps? Talk about a time where this happened to you. So yes, I do feel like being autistic makes it easier for others to take advantage of me. I think it has to do with the literal thinking stuff. I say what I mean. I don't really lie to people, and I grew up on treat others the way you'd like to be treated. And so even though on some level I know that there are bad people out there and people do lie and do things to hurt others, I just tend to see the best in people, and I can't help but just believe people when they say we're friends. Not only am I incapable of lying, but I'm somehow incapable of seeing it when people are doing it to me. I've had some pretty rough experiences with this. I've kind of talked about it a little before, but I lost a few friends about 5 years ago now. Because someone who I thought was one of my best friends was actually an abusive manipulator, and the other two believed her over me and ditched me. I fully blame myself for the whole thing. I never should have trusted her the second time. A few years before this, we'd been housemates in university, and the lease was up on the house we were renting with some other people. The other people were graduating, so we were going to move somewhere else. There had been 5 of us, 3 were graduating, just 2 were going to be left. And yeah, so we were going to move elsewhere. The 2 of us together, guaranteed. Her parents were going to be buying a house in that city. She was on top of it. I had nothing to worry about. Not even a full 2 months before the lease was up on the current place, I overheard her telling someone else that she had signed a lease with a few other girls from the sorority that she had joined that year. She couldn't even be bothered to give me any kind of heads up about that at all. I was lucky to find a room in a house with total strangers at the last minute. And then the following year, she fully ghosted me. Basically, the second that she joined that sorority, I was dead to her until the whole thing fell apart and she came crying to me about how she only pushed me away to protect me from the toxicity of that sorority imploding or whatever. Unfortunately, I was naive enough to fall for it. And I really don't want to get into everything that happened the second time we lived together. It was quite possibly the biggest mistake of my life. Yeah, it ended in me wishing I were dead on a regular basis. And then she skipped out on rent the day before it was due. I'm just fully up and left with no warning. So, yeah, worst mistake of my life was trusting her a second time. So now I am super hesitant about making friends, and I am quite content to maintain a very small circle. My closest friends are only close emotionally. Tragically, they live very far away, and I haven't seen them since I moved 10 years ago. But I know that I can trust them, and that means everything. I am really grateful for my partner. He could kind of see what was going on before I could when I was living with that person. And I will forever regret refusing to see it. I was just so desperate to have that close friend, but it was all a lie. She only wanted me around when she thought she could get things out of me and I was useful. She ghosted me the second she had her sorority, came back when it imploded, and then turned and ran the first time I stood up to her after I could start to clearly see her pattern of behavior. A pattern I could only really start to see because my partner was telling me that what was happening was wrong. It's gonna be quite a while before I fully heal from all of that. I still have nightmares some nights, but yeah, that is probably the biggest and longest running example of me being easily manipulated. There are way more, but that's the big one. I hope that someday it will be easier for me to make friends again and socialize without being paranoid. I love card games and stuff. I want a nice in-person gaming group, but it's kind of hard when the good friends are long distance and you've got big scars making it hard to meet new people. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for this prompt, so thanks for watching. Merci pour ton temps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again for tomorrow's prompt.